Alright, here we are with blue-white control. Not too different from where it was, but different enough that I definitely want to give it a shot. So Narset, what else is new? I guess that's about it in the main. And then Dovin's Veto, just a way better negate, and Narset's Reversal. Actually, Strokes might... No, I'm going to keep the Strokes for now, I think. It has 2 Nexus of Fates. It's not really a Nexus deck. I'm just trying to, like, win. Nexus would just be a good value card in any point where I can, like, cast it on my opponent's end step or something like that. Treasure Map, I think it's still really good, so let's try. And Dawn of Hope as, I guess, a more win condition-esque card than Nexus spamming. Also, I would do the regular, or the more intense metagame constructed event, but I wanted to do it twice, but I hastily spent too much gold on packs today, so I'll probably just do it tomorrow. The Real Witch. Also, I wouldn't be playing this and that. I don't actually know what to play in that. Kind of scared. It's a lot of gold for a serious punish if I don't, like, return my investment. You have to win 2 games before you lose anything. It's just like, oh jeez. Alright, mono white, what do you know? Okay, we have some answers. Not to, like, the 3-1 or that other knight. Alright, well, this is why I hate Narset, because it's not going to do anything. I'm not playing it. I really didn't know how... Like, Narset's good in control matchups, but I don't think Narset's good enough in control. What the... Okay, so this isn't mono white? Or it is mono white with some sort of fancy black splash on the side for, like, duress, but I think negate would be better in that a lot. If I get hit with duress here, I'm gonna be upset. Also, if they don't swing all out, I just won't swing with everything. Sweet. Yep, that's not lethal, so I don't care. Makes this Cleansing Nova a lot better. They just don't commit any more to the board. Definitely gonna run this out. I don't think there's anything they can do about this. Oh, never mind. Everything's destructible. I lose. Okay, rip. Guess that should have been on my radar, but the black mana threw me off. And them just not doing anything threw me off. Oh, that was lame. Okay, Lyra. I guess Binding? I guess? Yeah, it's probably better than Seal Away. We did prevent them from knowing about Settle the Wreckage, I guess, for what it's worth. Although that did end up costing us the game. This is definitely not a game where I'm going to be cycling Nexus, I don't think. Dawn of Hope still seems fine. Take out a Narset. They're not really drawing more than 1 card a turn, but the -2 is solid. It's just not really good there. And whatever the black is, I'm sure we'll find out this game. Hopefully it's not like a flurry of discard spells. Okay, no white mana, but I think Treasure Map makes this good enough. Especially on the play. Put a stop here. Not doing anything else on my turn, so might as well look for something. Well, now Settle costs 5. Alright, this is bad. Still don't know what the black is. Doesn't seem like they have any swamps, so they get to turn 3 Benelish Marshal me over and over. Oh my god. Well, I had fun. I guess the Treasure Map does give me tokens. Does give me tokens. Sorin? What? So your turn, lifelink. 1 damage to target player. Okay. Target creature X graveyards vampire. Sure, that's pretty snazzy, I guess. Get behind that. Kind of want this just because it's a land, but I think drawing a white mana is just way more important. Well, now they couldn't or just didn't play around Cleansing Nova. Sweet. Though it probably doesn't matter because they're just going to make a 1/1 every turn. And then the Sorin pings with the Adanto probably just kill me on its own. Unless I get Dawn of Hope in play fast enough, but I don't have any white mana. Oh, I can answer that. Can also answer that with the settle. Oh wait, no, I can't. I don't have white mana. Cool. I'm not even gonna look at what I draw. Oh. Take 2. Easy keep. I wonder how we fare against like Grixis and stuff. Turn 1 swap with nothing to do with it. Interesting. Okay, something similar to what we just lost against, maybe? Not sure. At least, oh, it might just be vampires, actually. I don't think they got any new cards. And it's not doing anything too crazy, so... Probably can just cast spells and they just sort of flop around until they die. Another good thing about Seal Away is it's essentially kind of like Root Snare when you just Teferi Plus into it. I guess I will get rid of this board. It guarantees Teferi won't die out of nowhere. It gets them some lands, but I think that's fine. I think they don't do anything past 4 mana. Unless they have like a Vona. Vona. There was a Vona in my Esper deck for like 2 seconds. I'm like, alright, bring it against mono red. Get greedy, exile their enchantment, then die horribly. Alright, Kaya is not scary at all. It does turn off his Sconsa, but we don't have one right now. And it's definitely what we want to see if we're going to play a Teferi. So they need like exactly Vraska's Contempt? I don't think they have that. Pretty much have the board quite saved here. And we actually do have a Nexus here, which is nice. Rip. Well, now I guess I'm hitting enchantments with the Cleansing Nova. Would have been nice to have it for creatures, but nope. And interestingly enough, they actually don't have anything to plus into. So it just stays at 2. It does hit Chemist's Insight, but again, we don't have one of those right now. Let's do this. Could minus on this token, but I want Teferi. So just plus. I think we win with leaving up Absorb. Or rather, it's just a better line. D-Spark. Okay. Alright. So there are new cards. Interesting, I like that one. Smart to do it before I untap as well. A lot of people don't do that. D-Spark. Wow. That also hits, it does not hit Dawn of Hope, actually. It's just 4 more. So that's pretty cool. I think that's the only target in our deck. Oh, we do have Binding, but now we know probably not to bring in Binding, to be honest. Yeah, let's counter that, because I don't have another answer to a wide board of little doges running around. Alright, I'll just end step Nexus, because we're not really a Nexus deck, it's just sort of draw an extra card kind of card.
I had guild business to attend to anyway.
Yep, yep, yep. Looks like they have something that's castable. Sorcery speed, because they didn't have any response there. So I don't really know what it could be. Could run this out and hit this token, but I think we have enough life to where we don't really care yet. Oh boy. Alright, well now Kaya's getting a little sketchy. Can hit us for 4, but I guess it's still really not that much. They might as well. Might as well. It's not really... They could take it up to 10, thinking maybe at some point it will do more than 4 right now. I don't know. And I guess waiting makes sense if I have to settle the wreckage for me to exile. Which leads me to believe they might not minus. Probably just looking to plus it. Or just not do anything? What? I mean, you could at least plus it. I think they misclicked. Well, no, they didn't misclick. They were hovering over the card. That was weird. Okay. Nope. They have probably no answer to artifacts. Could have Mortify, which means enchantments are even a little bit worse. So definitely no. Okay. I think they can exile that if they're... Oh no, it has to be graveyard? Yeah, it's gonna be graveyard. Okay, so they can't exile this. But it does count, I think. 5? Yes, it does count. Alright, well, I'm gonna save myself some damage. And not deal with this hit. Ooh. Well, it can minus twice before it dies, and this other ability doesn't matter, so it doesn't matter if it sticks around or not. Well, this would be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5. I can cast it, so I guess I will. It just cycles this Narset's ability. It seems kind of harmless. Maybe to find something better than a... Okay. No dice. This isn't as good when they know about it. Well, now there's this. I guess I'll take this. It saves me from more things. And I'll just end step this. Yeah. Well, this doesn't kill us again. Kaya's just not scary at all. It's just so slow. Like, if we don't win before this kills us, probably weren't going to win anyways. They could probably just completely ignore this. Unless they have a way to draw more than one card a turn, I think it's safe to ignore this. Unless they're skeptical of me playing some sort of proliferate land, which actually probably should be playing the proliferate land. I am just 2 colors. Though to be fair, I don't actually own said proliferate land. Alright, what does this do? It's just a 2-2? It brings the clock up high enough. This also gains me life just casting it on anything. I'm just going to run it out. Cycle another Nexus. Dawn of Hope is excellent, because now we can dump our mana and still leave up mana next turn, because we get another turn. Also, pretty much nullify Kaya. And draw a bunch of cards, because they have Essential Haste. That's funny, I forgot about that effect. So yeah, this Dawn of Hope was like the best top deck ever.
How did you do
that? Ooh. Ooh. There's only 2 Nexus of Fates in this deck. It's a little ridiculous. Okay, I'll take it. Man, I've seen Nexus so many times in this matchup, but I'm playing regular Nexus and never get to see him, right? Man, this is working out real nice. Working out real nice, and we have another counter spell that they now don't know about. And they draw land. Will they swing? No. I guess it doesn't matter. We make more tokens than they will ever be able to deal with. Alright, so Despark makes things a little bit annoying. I guess binding is where... Well, they do have Conclave Tribunal. There's only so many Desparks. Dovin's Vita. I guess Teferi means they can't Despark out of nowhere, and that seems pretty nice. The bounce is nice as well. Seal Away did have some play there. I think I do still like it. I really like everything. Even these Nexus. Though I don't expect Nexus to constantly do things, might just take them out for something a little bit better. This could steal Mortify, or at least unsummon a Mortify. That's not the worst. They're creature heavy, but I mean, we already have a fair amount of answers to creatures. Stroke doesn't seem to have any targets. This would kind of be a spot where I'd want a Sinister Sabotage with Absorb, but I don't have that to my arsenal. Alright, one Nexus. They didn't have an answer to it. It was solid that game. Though it could have just been like a Chemist's Insight or something. It kind of would have played out the same. We did get to use a Narset that game. That they did kill, which, if they swung and smacked us down to 8 there, that Kaya would have been a little bit closer to killing us had it been able to minus again. So I think they wanted to hit me in the face. If there was a misplay in that game, it might have been that one. Because Narset on 1 loyalty just doesn't do anything. Instinctually killing Planeswalkers is a habit that, well, these War of the Spark Planeswalkers might break you out of. Unless, again, they expect to proliferate land. But I don't think that was on their radar. Especially how we just didn't have one in play anyways. Sure. We have to fare against Duress now. They're down to 5 though. 5 of the top. No 1-drop, no Duress. Let's see what's going on here. Sure. Oh, I guess that is a vampire. Oh, they don't have a 3rd land. Oof. Alright. Well, no, not to settle. No, I think we can let this resolve and just get greedy behind our Cleansing Nova. This was their top deck, because they didn't play last turn. Can anything crazy go wrong? Nope. Not with a counterspell. I'll just play that tapped. Now, if they Fatal Land long enough, might be able to... Ugh. Alright. That was definitely their top deck. I think I'm just going to Cleansing Nova this board. We do have enchantments we can hit with these, but I don't want to give my opponent lands, and double settle is probably good enough. Yeah, let's just do this. Later. First wave of creatures can get rid of that way, and not capitalize on the mana I give them. Rip. Okay. So their vampires get larger, and have vigilance, which doesn't matter. Ooh. Alright, well if they have D-Spark... That sucks, but I really don't want to minus this. I don't think I care, and we definitely need help. We have time, but we're not doing anything with that time. Alright, that was their top deck. Let's see if they have a D-Spark or a Conclave. I don't know what this does. Whenever I discard a card, I lose 2. Whenever they swing at me, I discard. Cool. There's no haste threats, so I can let that hang out as well. That was a really good top deck. They appear to not have a D-Spark or a Conclave. You would probably deal with Teferi before you proceed to do something that doesn't impact the board whatsoever. We have an answer to this. Raid will still trigger even if these get to attack. And I kind of want to keep this around to defend Teferi, so be it. I think this is fine. Unless they have land Conclave Tribunal. And then they could, like, still do that, but no. Alright. Weird they would scoop to the Chemisters and not, like, a counterspell. Unless they were just waiting to scoop if I cast something and just assumed it was going to be a counterspell. I don't know. Might have just done that. Hovering over the concede button, waiting for me to counter it. Proceed to not cast a counterspell, but they scoop anyways. I've actually done that once. I'm like, alright, if they counter this, I'm scooping. And then they cast, like, Opt. I'm like, oh, I scooped, and I didn't have to. Because I just assumed whatever they were going to cast was going to be a counterspell. Alright, 2 mana is pretty good with the search for Sconza hand, especially on the play, so. It sucks we lost that first match. We could have just settled there, could have sniffed out some sort of indestructible card, but don't always play perfectly. Ooh, what's this? Could be Esper. I do want to see Esper. I think we are a little bit favored against Esper. I think it's unlikely it's blue-white. No one plays blue-white. Okay, it's Esper creatures. That's something we don't want to see. I'd prefer to play regular Esper. That's not good. And they have their best card, like, in the deck ever. Turn 2. It's almost a Monastery Mentor. Guess you could say a little bit better because it comes into play turn 2, which is half the reason why this is insane. See if they have a Mortify. I have to counter Thought Eraser. Looks like a Mortify, or a Detention Sphere. Oh, yep. Curving out as good as it gets for him. But we have the answer to this. Or I guess half the answer, because I do get a token. That's not good. That's better. I'm going to Binding this. So they can't cast more of it, and hopefully they don't have another Mortify. And if they do, it's just blowing this up, which isn't the worst. I want to get this card out of the way. It's absolutely ridiculously powerful. I guess so is that one. There goes pretty much half my hand. They actually did not bounce Sconza there. Interesting. That's probably a good card here. Yeah. Sure. Land? Can't counter anything. Well, if there was a card I'd want to Binding, it would probably be Teferi, but now I can't. It was not on my radar, to be honest. They again don't do it. Okay. They're just not interested in their hero, I guess. Trying to choke me out of doing things, I guess? Kind of strange. Let's look for a land. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. Top, well.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Oh, I trust you. Well, there's no main deck counter spells, but Teferi's just gonna change how I play no matter what. I could just sweep the board with this Cleansing Nova. Might just run out one of these, though. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna run this out. I guess I could have had this flipped if I scryed on my own upkeep. But I wouldn't have cast the... Ooh, alright, perfect. They have another Discovery? I think that's like the only sorcery. Oh. Great. Oh my god. I don't think it's anything but Cleansing Nova, so there you go. They get rid of another Hero of Precinct 1, really? My whole hand doesn't do anything because I can't cast it. Seraph of the Scales? Sure. Teferi plus and then don't do anything. Can Teferi minus to get this stupid thing off the... Yeah, sacrifice Teferi to deal with Teferi.
Sorry I'm late.
So we have Settle the Wreckage now? Really? Oh, to get the map. Okay. I was about to say, I don't think you want to take my Teferi there. I think you just want to kill it. There you go. Can't imagine there's any other attack other than that one.
That according to plan.
This also doesn't, like, guarantee that I continue to live, because it looks like they have a Mortify, too. Because now we have to deal with, Teferi coming back eventually. Like, they can just not swing and then swing after Teferi's in play. And I didn't really make any groundwork. If they have a way to drawing it right now, we just lose. Another discovery. Sorin does not kill me. Also, weird.
I will have revenge for House Markov.
Okay.
I abhor.
I guess it will kill me eventually. I could just cast Settle. Maybe they'll shuffle. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, well, we can't really cast those in the face of an oncoming Teferi anyways. Might as well get rid of them. Seal Away doesn't really do anything. Narset? No. Teferi, again, doesn't really do anything. Guess I can cycle this? Doesn't really... Nothing I do does anything. Can't minus... Yeah, I guess I'm just getting rid of this, replacing it. It's like effectively one extra card to look for Cleansing Nova. And that's not Cleansing Nova. Yep, that's all I've got to... All I can do. Oh, we found it. Holy crap. Alright. Let's get rid of the whole board. Oh, but we still die to the tokens off the Seraph of the Scales. 2 tokens and then the Sorin Ping. Is there anything we can do to stop that? Nope. Cool. Whatever. We found it, but apparently it didn't matter. Alright, well they have Mortifies, but Binding is one of our only answers to this Teferi. They don't do a lot of instant speed stuff, so I don't want my own. Dovin's Veto could do something this game. I don't know. Narset seems kind of bad. Again. Teferi... yeah, I'm just gonna run it like... I could run Lyra. They're probably gonna have a bunch of stuff to do, though. Could just run this as well. I mean, this will probably hit something at some point. I don't think I really like Seal Away. Not too much. Oh, I guess it does hit Thief of Sanity. Alright, I don't like Nexus. Okay, that's fair. We don't like Nexus. Because, yet again, it's another creature-based deck, and we're not really a Nexus deck, so... Honestly, could probably just take those out altogether for something else. I'm not going down to 5. Please don't duress me. Okay, well. Sweet. Guess I'll run out this instead of Treasure Map, because I don't know which one's better, if they Detention Sphere one of them. Turn 3 Thief of Sanity. And I probably can't get rid of that land. Great. Probably have, like, negates, too. Okay, well, let's see what they stole. It's probably a counterspell. Yeah, it's a counterspell. What do you know? Fun. Getting soloed by a Thief of Sanity. That didn't even take a counterspell the second time. So it's probably a Teferi. Or it was just another counterspell. They did flip our Escanta fast, but it's not like we're doing anything with it. Guess I'll leave that on top, so Thief of Sanity has less things it can see. keep that on top, I guess. If I had one more mana, I could at least settle behind it. So that's why they didn't take Absorb, because apparently they just found all my Absorbs with Thief of Sanity.
I'm known for my excellent time. No time for a break.
Oh, yep. There goes our answer now. Cool. Well, I guess they don't have to play any of their own cards. They didn't even take Settled Wreckage, so one can only imagine what they have in hand. Okay. Interesting. They didn't take this and they didn't counter that, so I guess they have something else they were planning on countering or something. Well, now they get to start playing their own cards. We spent the first 18 turns playing against our own cards. And we're not even done doing that because they have a Teferi in play still. I'm just gonna do this. Or not. Still have to settle the wreckage, but I know they have a counterspell. But I guess we're not under lethal pressure. We have no answer to Teferi anyways. I don't even know how we're winning this.
Keep up the pace.
It can't stop this. Really? Okay, well, let's see what's going on. I know there's a counterspell. There just is a counterspell, I guarantee you. I don't know what this card is that they took. Doesn't appear to be another one. Yeah. Doesn't really do anything. I guess it helps me play around Mortify somewhat, but not really that much. Okay, that's pretty good. Especially if they stole our own counterspell, we can kind of pick it back up. I think that's how it works. I'm sure we'll find out in a second. Oh, that was from their hand, though? So they can just cast it again? Yeah. Okay, well... Oh no, I can't copy binding, right? So this is happening. Gotcha. For some reason I thought I could copy it and still play it. Nope, we're out of here. This is just... whatever. We got soloed by Thief of Sanity. Like, completely. There's just nothing we could do. Didn't hit the lands we needed. Well, now I'm farther away from doing the other constructed event. Alright, bonus round. I'm going again. That was terrible. I'm very disappointed with those results. I'm going to replace Nexus with something that does something. And I want to play the Proliferate land. I do own one. Can't make more. I'd probably like more. I'm taking an island. There's a lot of white in here. I don't know the actually disparity. Alright, it's actually, there's more white cards than there are blue. Still think double blue is a little bit more important than double white. Kind of. Did put in a colorless source, but we'll see. Instead of the Nexus of Fates, I suppose we can play something like... I wasn't even too big of a fan of Seal Away. We happen to play against a lot of decks that were good against Ixalan's Binding, but I guess that isn't a usual case. I don't actually know what I want to bring in. Main deck, this Teferi is not too bad. It does have a bounce, so it does at least replace itself pretty often. I want to give it a try. So we can do like Negate in the side instead or something like that. Oh no, we already have 4 Dovins Vetoes. That seems like overkill. And 2 Disdainful Strokes, which we actually seldom bring in. Could just be something else. I don't even know what I'm trying to Disdainful Stroke anyways. Hydroid Krasis doesn't seem too popular, and that was never really much of a target. This deck did have a Zatulpa in it at some point, but I guess there's a fair amount. There's Angrass Rampage now. This just doesn't seem too viable. Anticipate, maybe? Well, main deck I'm doing Teferi. Sideboard... Oop, yeah, if only. I don't have a third one. Sideboard... Not too sure. We got more white than blue, so maybe we should bring in some more blue. Kefnet. Oh yeah, Kefnet probably belongs in here as well. I completely spaced on this card yet again. I'm going to do that over the main deck Binding. I think this is a really good alternate win condition aside from Teferi and Dawn of Hope. I don't like Seal Away. Alright, this is actually good. I'm going to bring in this Sinister Sabotage. Then for the sideboard, we can do something else. Maybe, I never adjusted my deck during a YouTube video. This is weird. Let's see. Sleep? Sleep's not bad. It like kind of buys you time. Kind of. I don't know if that's what you're trying to do, though. Alright, 4th Binding. Helps us against Nexus decks, like, somewhat. So does Syncopate. If I have to like really deal with Nexus, I guess I would prefer to actually just straight up Syncopate. Might just do that because I really don't know what to bring in. I kind of have all my other bases covered, and it's not terrible against Nexus. It's not really that good, but it's not bad. I'm gonna give it a shot. Haven't been too big of a fan of Lyra either, but again, really have those bases covered. I want to just not die to those mid-rangey, crazy things. Cannot pronounce my opponent's name. I will not try. Okay, I'm gonna keep it. Opponent's down to 5. Oof. So everyone who goes down to 5 always puts the card on top. Oh, it's mono blue, really? Come on. Well, I don't think I can win this. What are they doing here? Maybe they think I'm mono blue with a Spell Pierce? That'd be kind of funny. Okay, I think Hefnet's what we're trying to do if we're gonna aim to win, so I'm gonna not try Dawn of Hope. I don't think it does anything at all this game. I think Kefnet is as good as it gets for us. They could have like main deck remove soul or the 2-mana blue counterspell for creatures. We actually get to use an absorb here. It might not resolve, but we at least get to cast it. Didn't think that was going to happen. Mainly because our opponent's down to 5, I would assume. I'm going to counter literally anything. Seldom does absorb resolve. Seldom do you get to cast it. They did have a choice of sacrificing Storm Tamer there. Ooh, sure. I almost want to play that instead of Kefnet. I think I will do that. It means Kefnet is almost guaranteed to resolve if this resolves. I could bounce one of their creatures, but I think I'll just plus. It means it can't die, and we have this.
I am not making this up as I go.
Yes, you are. We don't have like any sorceries to capitalize off of this, but that's pretty much fine. Well, this is a weird game to test out Teferi, but we do get a Kefnet. That's really, really, really good here. They can't counter it because this means they can't do anything on my turn, which is also good for later as well. They literally just can't do anything on my turn. It means I can Chemisters on my turn and whatnot, but it's fine. I guess they can just sacrifice things and swing through to... Oh, that doesn't work. Yeah. We also have Curious Obsession checked with Kefnet. Okay, well, of the two cards we just brought in, I think I like Kefnet a little bit more. Binding will probably never resolve. Absorb will probably never do that again. Nor will this. Regular Teferi kind of poop. Settles poop against Storm Tamer. This whole matchup is poop. Syncopate's probably the best counterspell if I want a counterspell. Dovin's Veto isn't terrible. That's not very good. Narset's Reversal. No, doesn't really do anything. Binding gets counter to everything. Storm Tamer, Spell Pierce, Negate, Wizard's Retort, Dive Down. If I didn't say Dive Down already, I think I did. So, I mean, you can't really play around anything against Mono Blue. I actually kind of like that. But, yeah, I'm just going to try to clench the old cheeks here and just keep casting things until something resolves. I really just don't think counterspells are how we're winning this game. I don't think so. Same with Dawn of Hope. Like, how is their whole deck flies? Like, I make a 1/1 and it doesn't do anything. Narset. I don't like Narset either. Oh my god. This does turn off Curious Obsession. That is... I guess it's better than some of these cards. I really don't know what to do. Alright, Dawn of Hope can probably just be Dovin's Veto. At least Dovin's Veto can't be countered. I don't think that's going to matter, though. We only won because they mulliganed. I am a firm believer of that. Okay, well maybe one of these will resolve. I fully expect a 1-drop because they have 20. We pretty much lose to a turn 2 Curious Obsession. Let's hope they don't do that. They keep mousing over their creature on their second turn. They're like, huh. Oh, well, I guess we lose. They don't have a land? It probably won't even matter. This is like borderline auto win. Now that they probably have Spell Pierce, if anything. They don't have a land, so they gotta have something. Isn't this fun? I'm having fun. Now they're gonna play the Trickster? No. Well, they're not mana screwed anymore, and this probably won't die. They'll probably counter all 3 of these cards. They have a hand that was a 1-lander to start, so it's literally like 6 action spells at the minimum. This is so degenerate. Lose to a 2/2 because you can't kill it through 6 killed spells. Oh, well, that turns off Settle the Wreckage next turn. So there goes that one. Okay, well, it's something I can cast that impacts the board right now, so I will cast it. If it resolves, I'm going to be happy. They can just Storm Tamer, though. Oh, it resolved. Sweet. Alright, well, juke my opponent out. They can't stop this from happening. Gotcha. They're like, no, my dive down. Okay, we can play a little bit more of an honest game now. I don't think they have Blink of an Eye or anything. Nice. Wow. We juked them out. I really think they had a counterspell there and they just couldn't do it. Gotcha. But they drew 6 cards off of this, so... Well, I guess it was like 3. Okay, well, if it is just 1 spell pierce, I can not do anything. I'm just going to keep blindly casting spells. There's no playing around anything. We know about Dive Down for certain. There's a chance it's spell pierce, but there's, again, no playing around anything. Not against Mono Blue. Oh my god, there was no spell pierce. So it's just Dive Down. Oh my god, we might win this. I'm almost inclined to just cast this again. Another one. We do have Settle, though. I'm going to just do this instead, I think. I don't have a Storm Tamer anymore. I can't believe this game is played out the way it has. They can't play any more Curious Obsessions either. I'm going to run this out. Doesn't matter. If it gets a counterspell, so be it. Wizards of Tord and stuff. They've never had a chance to cast one, so... Okay. I think they just drew that, because they let us wipe their board. Don't think they want us to do that. Okay. We can play around Spell Pierce if we shock ourselves. Oh boy. Can't play around the gate. Guess it's still reasonable to play around Spell Pierce. We absolutely know about Dive Down, so... Okay, might as well. If you can, you might as well. Disdainful Stroke. Now we're dead to Island. Come on. That was a really good game, too. Whatever. That's stupid. Lame. We had more outs than I would have thought. I mean, if Teferi was in play at any point, we were in a really good spot. I want more of this card. I just don't have the wild cards. Alright. Also, Narset. If we had a Narset at any point, that would have been nice. Even Syncopate or Kefnet, although they did have Disdainful Stroke, which is a lot of counters. Very strange one to see. Seldom will Settle the Wreckage do anything. Let's see here. I'm going to replace a Narset with a Veto. Might just do 2. Not too big of a fan of that one. Okay. Syncopate's a weird one, but it could potentially stop something early enough. Not a 1-drop. Syncopate in no way, shape, or form ever deals with a 1-drop, which is a reason I really don't like Syncopate at all. This hand is terrible if they have, like, any sort of Disdainful Stroke or anything like that. But I'm going to keep it. If we're going to win, it probably involves us doing stuff that costs 4 or more at some point and having it resolve. So if this won't work, I don't think anything will. They always have a 1-drop. There's our 1 Narset. Oh, they did mouse over the 1-drop turn too. Ooh, no Curious Obsession. Cool. They might actually just counter this, which is kind of fine. I don't really care about it. Yeah. Oh, it's also a negate. Interesting. So they have a boatload of counter spells. Negate, Disdainful Stroke, Spell Pierce. Probably dive down. Okay. They're doing this now because I can't Cleansing Nova next turn. Can Kefnet. I don't know how they answer it once it resolves. I guess Tempest Djinn with dive down on it. Can just trade in the beats. Ooh, alright. Nope. I'm going to leave up Dovin's Veto, so I'll just run this out. I won't fight over this. Keep up Veto for if they attack and try to dive down. Because they probably have something to respond, like if I had a negate or something, but now they can't. Okay, Kefnet, your job's getting a little bit more important. Double Veto's nice, I guess. With Chemisters if I don't end up casting any. Oh boy. I guess there is Trickster, which does tap this down, and I have no answer to Trickster. Yep. So they could just wait, Trickster this, and then one-shot us? Well, I get to run this out. I wonder if they have a stroke for Lyra. I don't think I want to play Lyra, though. Really don't think I want to play Lyra. If we're gonna die, it's probably to Trickster. Kefnet's like way too important. Oh, now they can actually just trade. That's fair. I will definitely do that. And here's dive down. Nope. This is a hard nope too, because I can't do anything about Dovin's Veto. Looks like they're thinking about it, but this won't work. Don't do it, opponent. Don't you dare do it. Don't you sacrifice that Storm Tamer. They're really thinking about it. They're like, wait, does this work? So they did exactly what I expected them to do. Swing what that was at 5 power and use dive down to make it so it wasn't a trade. One more mana and I can guarantee resolve this with Dovin's Veto. I guess this is a little bit better. It gets the Storm Tamer off the board. I mean, have they played a Disdainful Stroke? No. Maybe this is just better. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. It means we get Kefnet next turn. Because we just mill this card on top, unless it's like a god level card. Which I don't... Oh, the other Kefnet, actually. I will not mill the other Kefnet. Chaining Kefnets is nice. This is actually almost lethal, but not quite. Is this all their mana? It is all their mana, so I don't think they'll do this. I guess I can do it in combat. Which means I probably should have floated 2 blue in for the search, but I didn't. It's also a 2-turn clock either way, so there's no point in dumping all your mana. Okay, well, Binding can't do anything in Storm Tamer, so also probably won't do anything ever. Spell Pierce, okay. Well, now Kefnet's not good enough. Because they just adapt this, and then they swing through Kefnet and we die. Exactly. So... Oh, I don't have triple white? Gah. Really? And they have something that can counter this? Oh, come on. Whatever. That's so lame. Well, mono blue, I guess. Almost stabilized too. And it was a creature counter spell too, which I didn't expect to. I mean, it was game 3. That's weird. So Disdainful Stroke, Negate, Spell Pierce, Wizard's Retort. Their whole deck was counter spells. But they just had enough creatures to kill us. Anyways. Okay. Esper. Search for Escanta. Looks like it's not Esper creatures at least. So this is definitely a matchup I want to see. Okay. Probably take Nars. Yep. Did they not have a land? Oh, no. Oh boy. Another Esper deck with Kaya in it. Again, a card I am absolutely not threatened by whatsoever. It does stop Escanta from flipping, but we don't have an Escanta. And we can't cast Chemisters. Or anything at all. Oh, hey, a land. Cool. Let's see, do they respect our last card not being a counterspell? And they have turn 5 to Fairy?
I hope you said your goodbyes
Nope.
already.
Sweet. Alright, we're kind of back in this then. Can pretty much cast both halves of this Chemister's Insight. If they don't have a Teferi, so be it. I have no answer to it anyways, so I kind of want to just cast this twice, like in response to the Kaya's Plus. They have something castable though. Curious. Okay, dog. Sure. They knew we were gonna have a Teferi on 5, right? Yeah, they did. That was weird. I could just bounce this with the regular or the small Teferi, but then we're not really doing anything. Like, I guess I'll just do it though. Yeah, it means I can play Treasure Map at the same time and get rid of this token.
Trust me. You'll thank me later. I've got time.
And also draw a card. So they have to answer Teferi right now. Which is probably pretty easy for them. Okay. Sure. They might not just they might not have counterspells.
Effective.
Seems like they just don't have counterspells in their deck. Kaya continues to do nothing. Oh no, it takes Chemisters. Oh, they didn't take the Chemisters. Whoops. Yeah, that's a big oops there. It's not that big of a deal though. I actually couldn't use it. I think I'm just going to Teferi minus something. Yeah. I'm just going to Teferi minus, like, this token, I guess, so we can keep our Teferi around. I'm still sketched out of something they could have. Instant speed that would want them to get this. Opt? Okay. The more cards they play, the more it seems they don't have counterspells. Okay, Esper Super Friends with the Proliferate land in Shalai to give them hexproof. Sure. Shalai's not super good against this Cleansing Nova though, so I'm kind of curious to see it because I probably would have just blew up this creature.
Don't worry. I got this.
Okay, they bounced the Treasure Map. Interesting. Now I can Cleansing Nova instant speed with Teferi, but I don't see a reason to. It doesn't seem like as much of a point. I really just need lands.
We need to move quickly.
Okay, that's not a land. Yep. Just doing this. The only Planeswalker that bothers us really is Liliana.
Waste not, want not.
I've got it.
Settle. We have 3 of them. Because Kaya's not really doing anything. This Teferi's not really doing anything. Liliana's going to ultimate before we get to... Oh, they took Kefnet, so now we can actually... Oh no, they can proliferate. They can proliferate the last counter to ultimate Liliana right now.
I heard you said your goodbyes. I
I
had
think.
guild business to attend to anyway.
This might be a bad idea.
Well, they could have, and for some reason decided not to. Sweet. I'll take it. They also just let us have Teferi to get rid of this. That was a weird sequence of play there.
Hold that thought.
Could have just proliferated. Probably didn't realize they could, though. Lucky us, I guess. Yep. Now we bounce or get rid of Liliana so we don't just die out of nowhere.
This isn't a fight you can win.
I do kind of want to bounce this token so Teferi doesn't die. But then we lose this Teferi. But they seem to not care about this Teferi's passive ability. So I guess... excuse me, I guess it's totally fine.
Oh, I've done the hero thing.
Get to untap some lands because the first Teferi's plus. That was a weird flash in my face. Okay. Have a bunch of counter spells. Not much I'm interested in countering. Rip. This Teferi's not really bouncing anything, and Kaya, again, is just not doing... I don't like Kaya at all. I really don't like Kaya. I have no respect for Kaya. It kills me in, like, 3 ultimates. I guess it can almost do that. I mean... I guess. What is this? Oh, Chemister's into Liliana. Sure. But they know about the counterspell in my hand, so this won't work at all. If they're just playing a counterspell... Oh no, wait, they have the... they have regular Teferi in play. The 3-mana one, so...
Right on.
I can't use my counterspells. That's right, silly man.
You need to take the time out.
They did not cast it. They have so many planeswalkers. It just looks so weird. Well, they can block the Dawn of Hope tokens. Yeah, we're out of this game. Half our hand is totally dead. I mean, I can Teferi minus on this Teferi. And then we have no answer to Liliana making tokens. We can... Nope, we're just dead. We're out of here. Yet again, the 3-minute Teferi just stumps me. I constantly get wrecked by that card. Alright, so this... Been playing too much Magic. Losing my voice again. Cleansing Nova's not good. Settle the Wreckage, not too big of a fan of that one. Kefnet seems pretty solid. All these counterspells seem nice. Not so much Syncopate, I don't think. Kind of Mortify, but 4 Binding seems pretty solid against their odd strategy of having 5 different Planeswalkers and no counter magic. At least main deck. Take out a Narset. Let's see. No. Narset's Reversal. Can copy... Discard spell? That's about it. So, don't think I like that. Is it better than a regular Narset? They do have Chemisters at Teferi, so... Maybe I could stop them from drawing more than 1 card. Maybe even at least once would make Narset worth it. Oh, jeez. Oh my god. Okay, I'm keeping it. I'm not going down to 5. This has been a terrible showing of this deck. Oh my god. Probably shouldn't keep this, but I don't think I stand a chance on 5. And this has 4, like the whole hand is, it costs 2 mana, so it only really needs 1 land. And we got it. Play Escanta so they can't Thought Eraser it. Of all these, I think that's the most important one. It's also a potential land later. Okay, looks like they kept a 1 land hand. Kind of a quick scoop though. Weird. Dawn of Hope. Do I want that over Syncopate? I mean, it's worse now that we're on the draw, but I don't really think I like Dawn of Hope that much. No, I'm still going to keep it, though, because Teferi just turns off more cards if they get to stick one, and I'd rather not lose to Teferi in play, the 3-mana one. And our sideboard plan worked, because we totally won that game. Alright, well, if they scoop, our showing of the deck gets better. Finally have the Karn's Bastion and the Planeswalker to boot, but not really doing anything. I can't even cast Absorb. Maybe we can stick this Dawn of Hope, start pressuring some of their creatures. I don't think, Planeswalkers. I don't think we're keeping a better one than this. Alright, well now they get to Thought Eraser, the search for Skanta. Okay. Sure. I guess they don't. We also found the land for Absorb. Really, really don't want to see turn 3 Teferi. I'd almost prefer to see turn 3 Thought Eraser. I mean, well, yes, but turn 3 Thief of Sanity. Or Chart, of course. Okay. That many creatures in their deck, so that's a curious one. They get rid of a land. Okay. This could prove to be important later, so I guess I will keep it. Definitely leave this up. Yep. Now it's a matter of, I don't even know. Hang out behind a counterspell. I kind of want to binding this, but don't really want to take down counter magic. Ooh, now I really don't. I'm not going to counter Chemisters. Hand is pretty good. We just need lands. Now there's an issue. It's just difficult to go for Teferi at any point. I kind of expect counter magic. We don't have a Chemisters of our own either, which is really bad. Never mind, I guess we do now. Land? Yay! Alright, so we can cast Dawn of Hope. I don't see a reason not to. There's a chance they just counter it, which would be nice. There's also a chance they don't have counter spells in their deck. Haven't seen any. And there's, I guess, not a lot of room for them when you have all these card draw spells like Chart of Course and 12 plus Planeswalkers. Even in the commence the end game, that's another card we saw, so might not have counter magic. But I think it's safe to assume there's at least Dovin's Veto on the side. Ooh, they're tapping low. Alright, so they do have counter spells. It's also Absorb, not Dovin's Veto. And we get to Teferi next turn. Nice. Yep, they actually get rid of the counter spell. That makes sense. Land? No. I can just take this, but I think developing this puts them under enough pressure. I might just minus on Skanta so they can't get one. That's kind of annoying. But they already have 5 cards in hand. We have double Chemisters for cards later. Yeah, I'm just taking this. I don't want that to flip. It doesn't mean I can't minus Teferi on Planeswalker. We might just take Binding. If they're going to play Liliana, they're going to take Binding. Alright, they're probably going to play Liliana. Or Ugin. Same thing. 6 mana plus makes 2/2s. Sure. Oh, they actually do this. Okay. Really? Really? Okay. They let me flip my own Skanta. Okay, well, I mean, I'm doing this. Yep, let's just not deal with that. Sure. Okay. Alright, so their deck is just extremely weird. Puts the top 4, then exile each opponent's graveyard. Oh, I guess it's a good thing we got rid of... We flipped the Escanza first. Really don't know what we're doing now. I guess we're just hanging out behind Dawn of Hope for like the rest of the game, forever. This can actually mill us out. Yep.
Behold,
Okay.
Hard.
my victory was but a dream.
They manually tapped. I don't really know why. They also just didn't tap this. Oh, I guess they manually tapped so it wouldn't tap this, so they could proliferate Ashiok. That makes sense. Oh, hey, it's a fairy. Well, I'm gonna swing first, see what happens. If my opponent lets me. They do get Ugin next turn, and there's really nothing I can do about that. And they flip Escata without getting rid of this.
You're not.
Okay, well, draw a card. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Kind of need to guarantee to fairy this turn, so I... Well, actually, no, because the Ugin... Maybe I did want to draw a card. Well, actually, maybe making another token makes better sense. Or just using this. This blows up a permanent? Target permanent that's one or more colors? Okay. So I guess I'll just not binding, because that'll blow this up. I don't think we're going to win this. I don't think we're going to win this no matter what we do. I'll just leave up Piscata. I don't know. I think we're just going to scoop. They play Ugin, they blow up this Dawn of Hope probably. Ashiok will mill us out, we have no answer to it. Escanza can just answer anything we're doing. They have like 12 more Planeswalkers for us to go through. Yeah, we're out of here. We're out of here. We're out of here. That was pretty bad. I mean, we tried 2 leagues and we didn't break even once. This one we didn't even win a game, I don't think. Oh, I guess we won a game. We didn't win a match though. Yeah, that's just terrible. What's this? What's this? Chant for Glory. Okay. Yeah, tell me what you think about this. I like this deck. I love blue-white control, but we just got completely stomped on by decks that kind of had what I would assume to be favorable. Like, they all just had a bunch of Planeswalkers in that last game. We have a bunch of counter spells, but they had discard spells. So we got thrashed. I don't know. Syncopate could just probably be like any other card ever, charge included. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you're new. And if you're not new, go get someone to like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow on YouTube. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.